Have you ever met someone and felt something you couldn't explain? That instant spark, that strange familiarity, as if a quiet voice inside you whispered, "There you are. I've been waiting for you." We call it love at first sight. We call it chemistry. Some even call it fate. When friends ask why you like someone, you might shrug and say, "I don't know. There's just something about them." We convince ourselves that this something is about their smile, their humor, or maybe how confident they seem. But here's the twist. That pull you feel, the one that feels magical and life-changing, has almost nothing to do with them. Instead, it has everything to do with a story you've been writing in your own mind since you were a child. The illusion of the spark. Think about the last time you felt suddenly drawn to someone. Maybe it was the barista who remembered your coffee order, or the colleague whose laugh was so contagious it lit up the room. On the surface, it feels like a random accident, like lightning striking in the middle of an ordinary day. But science tells us it's not random at all. That spark isn't really about starting something new. It's about recognizing something familiar. Your brain isn't just seeing a person across the room. It's performing a rapid, unconscious scan of the most powerful database you'll ever carry. The memories of your entire life. Every joy, every heartbreak, every moment of love or abandonment. It's all in there. And when you meet someone new, your brain is checking if they match a pattern it already knows. It's less about who they are and more about your mind whispering, "This feels like home." The science of the blueprint. So what exactly are we recognizing? Psychologists believe we all carry an unconscious image of love, what it should feel like, what it should look like, and even what it should cost us. This image is called the Imago, a Latin word meaning image. It's essentially your internal blueprint for love. And it isn't created in some fairy tale dreamland. It's forged in the environment of your earliest home. By the age of just 5 to 7, the foundation of this blueprint is already set. Think about that. Before you even learn long division or how to ride a bike, your brain has already decided what love feels like. And this blueprint is shaped by your parents, your caregivers, your early environment. That's why when you feel that intoxicating spark with someone new, it's not just dopamine rushing through your system. Research using brain scans shows that it's also the limbic system, the deep emotional part of your brain, lighting up. That's the same area tied to memory and attachment. When you're drawn to someone's smile, you might actually be responding to how your father smiled at you when he was proud. When you're captivated by someone's strength, you might be reconnecting with the security your mother provided when she handled challenges. And here's where it gets tricky. Even negative traits can feel magnetic. If you grew up with a critical parent, you may unconsciously be drawn to partners who criticize you too. Not because it's healthy, but because your brain has confused familiarity with safety. In other words, this is what love has always felt like, so this must be love. Everyday examples. The ghosts in the room. Let's bring this down to earth with some examples. Because behind every attraction, there's often a ghost in the room, a shadow of the past quietly influencing the present. Take Sarah. She always found herself dating men who were funny and charismatic. She thought she just had a type. But eventually, she realized what she truly craved wasn't entertainment, it was attention. Her father was always the life of the party, and she associated love with being noticed during those moments. So now, as an adult, she unconsciously seeks partners who shine in the spotlight, because that feels like love to her. Or Mark. He was consistently drawn to women who were fiercely independent and, frankly, emotionally unavailable. He thought of it as liking the challenge. But when he reflected on his past, he realized his mother, whom he adored, was rarely around because she worked multiple jobs. His adult brain equates the pursuit of an unavailable woman with the deep love he had for his mother. That person who feels like home? It isn't always a peaceful home. Sometimes it's the home you knew, the chaos, the conditional affection, or the quiet tension. And because your brain is always searching for patterns it knows how to handle, you keep being pulled back into those dynamics again and again. The power and the trap of patterns. Now this might sound a little discouraging, as if love is just destiny written by our childhoods. But here's the good news. Knowing this gives us incredible power. Because how many times have you asked yourself, why do I keep dating the same type of person? Or thought, I'll never repeat that mistake again, only to find yourself in the same situation with a different face. That's the blueprint at work. It's not that you're failing or making bad decisions. You're simply following an unconscious map. It's like trying to solve the same equation but plugging in new variables. The result always ends up looking familiar. But once you realize this map exists, you can stop blindly following it. You can look at it, study it, and decide whether it still serves you. Instead of being trapped by it, you can choose to rewrite it. So how do we break free? It starts with asking some honest questions. What did love feel like in my earliest memories? What did I have to do to feel safe or to feel seen? What patterns keep showing up in my relationships today? This isn't about blaming your parents. They were living out their own blueprints too. This is about seeing yourself with compassion and recognizing how your past has shaped your present. When you do this, the spark you feel in new relationships doesn't lose its magic. It becomes more meaningful. Because now you're not just blindly chasing what's familiar. You're making a conscious choice. You can still feel that magnetic pull, but you'll also have the wisdom to ask, is this familiar because it's healthy or because it's a wound I've never healed? That one question alone can change the entire direction of your love life. Love as a conscious creation. At the end of the day, the hidden reason we fall in love isn't random, and it isn't magical fate written in the stars. It's deeply human. It's our oldest experiences shaping the way we connect. It's the unconscious reaching out to heal itself. But the most powerful love stories aren't about finding someone who perfectly fits your old blueprint. They're about finding someone whose story can intertwine with yours, and then having the courage to build something new together. A relationship not dictated by unconscious wounds, but created out of conscious choice, respect, and growth. So the next time you feel that undeniable spark, don't dismiss it. Listen to it, but also question it. Ask yourself where it comes from. Because sometimes, the path to true love doesn't just lead to another person, it leads back to yourself. And that, perhaps, is the most important love story of all.